Are you ready to test your knowledge about the UFC? Let's get started. Warm-up round. Who is the first UFC fighter to hold titles in 2 different weight classes simultaneously? Daniel Cormier, Conor McGregor, Amanda Nunes. The answer is Conor McGregor. Next question. Which fighter is known for having the longest winning streak in UFC history? Anderson Silva, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Jon Jones. The answer is Anderson Silva. Next question. Who is widely regarded as the greatest welterweight champion in UFC history? Kamaru Usman, Matt Hughes, Georges St. Pierre. The answer is Georges St. Pierre. Next question. Which country is Khabib Nurmagomedov from? Brazil, Russia, Dagestan. The answer is Russia. Next question. What is the term for a submission hold that targets the opponent's arm? Guillotine, triangle choke, armbar. The answer is armbar. Next round. Who won the inaugural UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship? Miesha Tate, Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm. The answer is Ronda Rousey. Next question. Who was the first UFC fighter to defeat Anderson Silva in the UFC? Michael Bisping, Chael Sonnen, Chris Weidman. The answer is Chris Weidman. Next question. Which fighter is known for the infamous post-fight brawl with Conor McGregor at UFC 229? Nate Diaz, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Dustin Poirier. The answer is Khabib Nurmagomedov. Trivia time. Khabib Nurmagomedov is the only fighter in UFC history to retire undefeated as a champion, with a perfect professional record of 29-0. He defended his UFC lightweight title 3 times, before announcing his retirement in 2020 after defeating Justin Gaethje at UFC 254. Next question. What weight class is referred to as lightweight in the UFC? 170 pounds, 145 pounds, 155 pounds. The answer is 155 pounds. Next question. Which UFC fighter has the most finishes in UFC history? Anderson Silva, Charles Oliveira, Donald Cerrone. The answer is Charles Oliveira. Final round. Who was the first fighter to win a UFC title by disqualification? Jon Jones, Germaine de Randamie, Matt Serra. The answer is Germaine de Randamie. Next question. Which UFC event set the record for the highest pay-per-view buys? UFC 100, UFC 229, Khabib vs. McGregor, UFC 205, Alvarez vs. McGregor. The answer is UFC 229, Khabib vs. McGregor. Next question. Who was the first UFC fighter to land over 3,000 significant strikes in the octagon? Max Holloway, Georges St. Pierre, Frankie Edgar. The answer is Max Holloway. Next question. Who was the youngest fighter to win a UFC championship? Jon Jones, Vitor Belfort, Jose Aldo. The answer is Jon Jones. Next question. Which fighter holds the record for the longest title reign in UFC history? Demetrius Johnson, Anderson Silva, Georges St. Pierre. The answer is Anderson Silva. Final question. Who was the first UFC fighter to win a title in two different weight classes, but not simultaneously? BJ Penn, Georges St. Pierre, Randy Couture. The answer is Randy Couture.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
How many questions did you get right? I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.